Well, good morning, guys. Thanks for tuning in wherever you're watching from. I really appreciate your support and, you know, the viewership on your part. And yeah, today is the 8th of April 2025, and we're still in winter. We have been getting some snow since last week, and yeah, I believe snow still wants to grace us in the month of April, and yeah, we look forward to it. And yeah, just slowly adjusting, to spring eventually. And yeah, please stay safe if you live in Canada, and just prepare for the unexpected. Anyways, today we'll be talking about the same topic that we were discussing last time about the tariffs that are taking place throughout, you know, um, North America and the rest of the other countries on a global scale. And this story that we'll be talking about is from the Street website, and yeah, they have a very, very interesting title for what's happening right now in Canada and the US. And it's about car buyers being shocked by Canada's harsh tariff decision. Canada responded forcefully to tariffs this week. The United States was thrust into a multi-pronged trade war this week after President Donald Trump implemented global tariffs against the country's trading partners. This is a project Trump has spoken about for decades, back when he was just a New York real estate magnate and socialite. Trump complained about trade deficits and our trade partners taking advantage of United States generosity. Now that he has the power to do something about the perceived injustice, Trump has gone full bore, unleashing most comprehensive suite of tariffs in a century. But as China's foreign ministry spokesperson said this week, there are no winners in trade wars and tariff wars, and protectionism is not a way out. Now the United States' close allies are not only figuring out ways to hit back at the world's strongest economy, but are also looking at how to extricate themselves from reliance on US products so that they are never again blindsided by such aggressive action. Canada, our closest neighbor and ally, took aim at the US auto industry with its latest move. On Thursday, Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney announced reciprocal 25% tariffs on cars, trucks made in the US in response to the US action the day before. The US action has already affected the country after Jeep, Ram, and Dodge parent company Stellantis announced it was temporarily shutting its Windsor, Ontario plant amid trade war uncertainty. The move that saw 3,600 employees in Canada's most populous province. We take these measures reluctantly, Carney said at a news conference, and we take them in ways that will cause maximum impact in the United States and minimum impact here in Canada. Thanks to free trade agreements like NAFTA and the USMCA, the auto industries in the US, Canada, and Mexico are tightly interwoven. Carney seems to acknowledge this fact by carving out some exceptions in Canada's auto tariffs policy. Canada will still allow Stellantis, Ford, General Motors, Honda, and Toyota companies with plants in Canada to import vehicles built in the US without paying tax. The country also carved out exemptions for auto parts, which are often sourced from multiple countries. Canada is the largest importer of US cars and trucks, and the US is the biggest importer of Canadian made vehicles, with over 90% of the country's inventory ending up in the United States. Windsor will be especially affected by these moves, as more than 50,000 are estimated to be involved in making vehicles or auto parts in the area, according to the New York Times. What happened to the US automotive industry? In the 90s, President Bill Clinton signed the North American Free Trade Agreement, essentially knocking down barriers to trade with Canada and Mexico. This move greatly reduced the number of vehicles made stateside for the auto industry. While the number of cars produced by the big three US automakers has steadily increased over the decades, the percentage of vehicles made in the US has steadily fallen. In January 1994, manufacturers produced more than 575,000 vehicles in the United States. By January 2025, fewer than 100,000 vehicles were produced in the United States, according to the United States Bureau of Economic Analysis. But today, about 53% of cars sold in the US are made in the US. That's a very, very interesting article, guys. And yeah, if you ask me, what I think as far as these tariffs are concerned, yeah, my advice is just, just keep your vehicle that you have, at the moment, and wait maybe until 2029, maybe when they have elections. Maybe by then the economy will have picked up, and also maybe there'll be lots of changes as far as the vehicles market is concerned. And also Canada is looking at making bilateral deals with China, and hopefully eventually they might, strike a deal that will benefit, the Canadian citizens. But yeah, that's my humble, honest opinion. If you ask me, just stick to the vehicle that you have. If you don't intend on buying a new vehicle, just hold on to your money and just prepare, for a rainy day. Because yeah, if you are to buy a new car, just know that maybe you might pay maybe a certain percentage more than what you are accustomed to paying if you were to buy a car prior to these tariffs. Before, like during Biden's administration, yeah, you pay a decent amount, for purchasing a vehicle. So the choice is yours, guys. It's really, really a tricky time to make financial decisions, and yeah, just hold on to your resources, and if you don't have to buy a new car, no, just keep the one that you have, and see how things go, and yeah, maybe something good will come out of it. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Let me know what you think. Is it ideal, to purchase, a big investment at the time being, or is it ideal to just wait and see what happens maybe after 3 or 4 years? And yeah, hopefully something will come out of it. Thanks for watching, guys. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Peace.